So, hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, you?
Good. Hello. Welcome to Two Tangled Skeins. It's January 26, 2013. This is episode 25. I'm Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7. Welcome back to previous viewers, and we'd like to welcome any new viewers. Hope you enjoy the ride.
Yep.
I almost said I was Jaded Knitter.
I'm Kari, also known as Jaded Knitter. And you can find us on Blip, YouTube, and iTunes, all under Two Tangled Skeins, TWO. And our website with all of the show notes and all of that good stuff is twotangledskeins.wordpress.com. And if you want, we have a donate button, and it's this way.
Yes.
It's right up over here.
On the main page.
Yes, on the main page.
It's just something we put there. We want to.
If you feel like it. Help us pay for shipping and stuff.
And so we reached 300.
Yay!
We're actually at 309, and I will quote Blue Ruin, who is Sadie from Yarnivore. She said, "Yay-tastic," and then in brackets, "that is all." Which I just love it. I just love it.
That works quite nicely.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start off with FOs, which you have one.
I has one.
Yep. Well, two, because it's socks. So literally two pieces of F. Never mind. Just don't mind me. My brain is mush.
I have one that's not on a sock locker.
Effing gorgeous.
One that is.
So now it's the lighting we have to try.
Yeah. I just have to make sure that I'm not going to poke myself in the stomach with my needles.
Hold it the other way towards the window.
Ah, there we go.
There we go.
So these are my falling leaves pattern. And this is actually done on 60 stitches. And as you can actually see in this picture, I changed the way the heel's done. And there's actually a patterning down on here. This is the same, it's Eye of Partridge, it's a slip stitch pattern. It's the same that's on the heel. And I put it down here because these are for our friend Selma, who's Selma123 on Ravelry. And right here on the ball of the foot is where she always wears her socks out. So she had said, well, why not put the heel slip stitch down here too? So I did, and hopefully because it's now doubled, it'll help stop it from wearing out as much. Yeah,
they're gorgeous.
This is done in Gail's Art in Blood on 2.25 millimeter at 60 stitches. Yeah. So that was the other thing I did, was I did a 60 stitch repeat for these as opposed to the 80 stitch that the pattern calls for.
Gorgeous. And she's going to give them back.
Yes. I was actually going to give them to Selma yesterday, and then I'm like, no, wait a minute.
I have a faux.
I need a faux for the show tomorrow. I will drop these off on my way home.
You will get them.
You will get them.
They'll end up on my feet. Just saying.
You'll have to.
At least you know how many stitches to cast on when you want to make me some.
Are we hinting at something here?
My birthday's in June.
True.
Plenty of time.
So yeah, I have a matched pair. I finished.
It looks so tiny off, but
yeah, I know.
Put it on.
It's also completely not blocked, and Selma, you're getting them unblocked.
Block them yourself.
Pretty much, you can block them on your own feet. But yeah, these are women's size 8.
Yep.
I think. Yeah.
Very nice. They fit me quite well, so they'll fit you.
So I have those, and then I have
a half-finished object.
Actually, it's more than half finished at this point.
Oh, right.
I'm 3/4 the way through.
3/4 the way.
Woo! Where's the ball of yarn? There it is. I started this late Thursday night. I basically cast on, did 2 rows, and went to bed and didn't touch it. So I did all of this yesterday. So this is all the way up to the heel of the sprouting socks.
You wouldn't have gotten that much done at knit night had you gone.
Probably not now. I actually stayed home from knit night last night because I'm still getting over that cold. I was homesick from work for 2 days this week, so it's like I'm not going out in the cold because it's freaking freezing. And this is the finished one, which is the one I was actually working on last week on the show. So that is done. These are the sprouting socks by Bita Yazik, and they're a free pattern on Ravelry. And
gorgeous.
They're gorgeous. It's a well-written pattern. The only change that I've actually made to this pattern is I did the rib at the very, very top here on 2.25 millimeters, so a US 1, and then the rest of the sock is done on a 2.5, which is a US 1.5. And it's a lovely little cable pattern, and works wonderfully, well written.
I love the heel.
It's
not a slip stitch, but it's gonna last.
It's
nice.
Literally just a ribbed heel. That's all it is. It's a 2x2 rib.
It's really nice.
And I really like it. I like the way they turned out. So that is, and this is also for somebody. These are being done for somebody. These are a commission.
Because you can bribe her. She will knit you stuff.
I am bribable. And these are out of Madeline Tosh Sock in Golden Hickory is the name of the colorway. And it is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, that's really nice.
It's nice. It's squishy.
A nice fall color. Like
it is. And it works really well with the patterning on this. So,
that's a tonal color, right? Or is that variegated?
This is more tonal.
Yeah, it's got a slight variegation to it, but not
it's
enough
not,
to be a variegated yarn. Okay. Because you can see the pattern. In a variegated, you wouldn't be able to see the pattern very well, right?
Not very well, no.
Okay.
Like this is, it kind of, yeah, it does kind of show up on there. It's mostly this really rich copper color, and then it's got a bit of green and a bit of gold in there too, and it's really nice to work with. And actually, I haven't done a yarn review in a while, so I might as well do one.
Yes, please do.
So this is, like I said, it's the Madeline Tosh sock, and it's a 2-ply.
I want to see it.
It's nice, it's squishy.
It feels different than when it's knit up, but once it's blocked and that and soaked.
Oh yeah, it'll be really nice.
Squish, squish.
And these will actually be blocked and soaked before I send them out, because I'm nice like that. To some people.
Just not to your friends.
Well, Selma kind of wants them right away, so
I know.
I'm literally driving home, and her place is on my way, so I'm dropping them off on the way. They're getting shoved through her mail slot. Unless she's home, in which case I'll hand them to her.
Well, I hope she's home, because then you get the squee factor.
True. Very true. But yeah, this stuff, it's really nice to work with. I do find, though, that 2-ply sock yarns split a little bit more than the 4-ply.
Well,
so
my striped socks, they split a little bit, but I was still surprised it didn't split more than it did.
It's definitely not bad.
It's just not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. I like a tightly twisted yarn when I'm working with something small. But actually, I prefer tightly twisted yarn, period. But it is...
Picky.
Yes, I am. But it is a really nice yarn. It knits up beautifully. It has nylon in it, so it's going to stand up. Wonderful colors and color fast. So far, this stuff has remained color fast.
That's good, because, yeah, you don't want the color coming
But
out
yeah,
of
these have been in my bag, they've been thrown around, they've been in pockets, they've been, because, they're socks, I carry them around and knit them everywhere. And you can't tell that I've been carrying that around with me for 2 weeks. Which is nice, which also speaks to how well these are going to stand up. Because it will...
It's wearing well just by you carrying it around. So
and I've actually had it on the sock blocker for probably 4 days now. In my purse, on the sock blocker. Moving around. That was
because at lunch yesterday I looked in your bag and I'm like, she's got a sock blocker with a sock on it.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I put it on when I finished this one on Wednesday-ish. Tuesday. It was probably Tuesday when I finished it. I put it on here and then I decided Wednesday morning, because I was going to see people for lunch on Wednesday, that I put it on the blocker so you could really see it. Because you can't see the cable pattern as well when it's just kind of hanging like that. Whereas you can really see it when it's stretched out a bit. So I figured, okay, I'll put it on the sock blocker so people can see it. And then I didn't see anybody until Friday. So it literally stayed in my purse like this.
It was just so freaking cold. that we didn't even want to walk a block or two to go to the coffee shop.
Yeah. It was minus 40 with the wind chill.
So put it this way, I
For a lot
hadn't
of
seen
this
Kari since we recorded last. I saw her yesterday. I needed a Kari fix.
Because we work like 4 blocks away from each other, so we normally do lunch together.
Every day.
Every day. Or almost every day.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, wasn't happening.
No.
I went out for lunch on Wednesday. Yeah, it was Wednesday. I went out because I normally buy lunch at work.
You got sushi.
I got sushi. The reason I chose sushi was because I could literally, my building has a big parking garage.
You can literally walk through it.
You walk out the entrance to the parking garage and the sushi joint is right there. Nice. Whereas Subway, which is my normal fare, I have to actually walk
outside and around the building.
Exactly. I have to walk all the way around like 2 sides of the building.
And
yeah, at that point, it's most of the way to Bridgehead actually, which is our coffee shop.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are yarn review. And actually, I can pretty much say the same stuff for
Gale's Art.
For the Gale's Art. Gale's Art is, I believe, a 4-ply, so it didn't have the split issue. But honestly, with the Madtosh, the split issue, it wasn't really an issue. It's just every so often you have to look at it and go, oh, I missed a piece and I have to just flip
Pull it back in.
Yeah. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. And I guess since I'm talking, I might as well just continue talking because I've already moved on to my on the needles. You didn't have an FO this week, did you?
No.
No. Okay. So I'll just keep talking.
Thank God for that, because it's the Kari show.
Yay! Apparently.
It's okay. I get to knit.
This is the other thing I have on the needles, and this is the Icarus shawl by Miriam Felton. And it's out of Interweave Knits. It's probably something that a lot of you, if you've been on Rav any length of time, you've probably seen it.
It's on the cover, isn't it? It's even on the cover.
Yep, it's on the cover. I have the Best of Interweave book, and that's the shawl. It's one of the things that they've produced. This was in a magazine years ago now, and it's just been done and done and done. A lot of people have done it. I've been trying to do the pattern for like 2 or 3 years now.
Okay.
I think it's probably been on my needles like 2 years now, and this is actually a restart of it because when I did it initially, I did it wrong, and you could see the errors in it, like it was really bad. And
but you've come a long way since then.
Oh yeah, and then I restarted it again this last time just because I went to start to knit on it and realized that I still had it on the wrong size needles. And I'm like, you know what, screw this.
And 2 years ago, yeah.
Well, I did a restart of it last summer.
Right.
And I put it on the wrong size needles again. So that was part of the issue, was the original one I had on needles that were too big for it.
Okay.
Because gauge was not entering into my brain yet when I started this one. So I've restarted it again, and it's working quite well. So this will probably be once I'm done the socks, this will probably be the next thing up to get finished. Because once you get it, it's a really simple, quick knit, because it repeats itself over and over again. You can kind of see it on here, how it's got the stripes. And those are just repeats and repeats until you get to the bottom down here with this part.
Okay.
Which isn't a complicated lace pattern itself. So it'll be nice. And it is being done out of, this is Estelle Super Alpaca Lace. They're hand paints, which is something I've had in my stash forever and a day. It is pretty. It's registering on here is mostly blue.
But it's purples and blues.
It's purples and blues. I see it as a purple, not a blue. But I also have issues with seeing the blue spectrum.
I see it more in the purple, where I can see people would think it's blue, but it's on the purple side.
Okay, good. So I'm not. I see most blue pens, like actual blue pens, as purple. I'm just weird about that.
No, it's more about it's more of a grape almost, not a grape, but it's.
And it has some like true wine, almost reddy purples in there, and some pastel blues and whatnot. So it's a really nice thing, and it's fuzzy because it's alpaca. So I like it. And it's squishy. And it's one of those light 2-ply, very lightly twisted things, so it is splitty, but it's not too bad. I found with the splitty thing, if you're using the needles that the yarn calls for, like if it's, the smaller the yarn, the smaller the needle kind of thing. So if you're using the needles that the yarn calls for, it splits worse than if you're using a bigger needle.
So you're using a bigger needle?
It's lace, so you use a bigger needle anyways.
Okay, got it.
Because this is on 3.25, which is a US 3.
Those are her signature stilettos, so
yeah.
I don't think you're getting any splittiness when you're using those. Can you, they're fairly pointy.
They're very pointy. And I like them much. But yeah, I think that's pretty
Kari
much...
show over?
Yeah, that's pretty much everything I've got going on right now, because I've been knitting socks furiously all week.
Yep. That was like me, 2 weeks of socks. That's all I did, was my socks.
Excuse me while I get my leg back up under me. Like I said, I was off for 2 days at the beginning of this week because I was not fit for human consumption.
And being what you do is you are, what is your job again?
I'm reception, and I'm the mail room, and
so stamping and getting all your...
I touch everything in our office. Literally everything in our office.
And she sees every person who delivers things to the office, so...
Yeah, I deal with a lot of people. So if I get sick, everyone around me gets sick. Also, see again, the -40. And it doesn't actually matter at -40 if it's Celsius or Fahrenheit, because it's
the same. That's what Sean was explaining to me last night. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It was -42 was the coldest day this week.
Yeah. So yeah, I have asthma. It's not bad enough that I need puffers, but on days like this, I can't walk anywhere. I walked outside to
Someone who doesn't have asthma has a hard time walking somewhere.
Well, I took Gadget out Monday morning, and I'm like, no, because I walked out and I got 2 steps outside of our back door and couldn't breathe. Actually, I got 2 steps outside the back door, and Gadget would, screw this, and was trying to get back inside. It's like, no, buddy, you can't pee inside.
One leg.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's a little princess when it comes to the cold.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little bit of a princess in the pee anyway, but that's beside the point. Anyways, my throat's getting dry, so I'm gonna drink coffee. You talk.
You gonna zip it now?
Sure. Whee! Apparently, I'm a little hyper today.
Yeah, I'm fidgety today too. Yeah. And I've had 2 coffees and now I'm drinking Pepsi. Woo! It's the Kari and Sue show.
Yeah, it's one of those days.
Yeah, so on the needles, I still have, of course, the Guston by Anne Budd, which is... I never know which way to turn, so that's it there. That's for my husband. And it is out of... it is SMC Northern Wool Tweed, which I got from Webb's, and it's in the gray color. I've gotten from the pink stitch marker. You can see the pink stitch marker. I got about that done. It's bottom up.
And it looks like a skirt.
It looks like a skirt, but it's not. It's because I've got it on a smaller needle. It's knitting up quite well, but I got really depressed last weekend because I thought I had to knit up to 13 inches when I realized I was reading the wrong part of the pattern and I need to knit up to 15. So I have a few more inches to go on this, and it's like stockinette in the round. Just want to poke my eyeballs up. But hey, the other thing I cast on, because last weekend I was feeling like I wanted to knit all the things. I couldn't knit all the things, and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to knit. So I went through my yarn. I have a whole bag of yarn there that I want to give away, and I decided to cast on the stacked eyelet cowl. So this is it, and it's folded here. So, not sure if you can quite see that. So it's basically purl, yarn over, knit 2 together, and then another row of purl, and then knits in between. And I'm knitting it out of Knit Picks Brava Sport, and it is in the grass colorway. Of course, it's green. But yeah, I've noticed that when I went through all my yarn, I had purged. This is like the third time that I purge. And finally I'm like, okay, the ones that I wasn't so sure of last time, I'm going to purge because I need room to keep all the lovely lovelies. And so I made room. As you notice, there's no sock yarn on the couch anymore. I have a drawer. It's full of all the stuff that was just the stuff that was on the couch. It doesn't include my other 2 drawers of either lace or sock yarn over there.
And I finally ponied up the actual other drawer for her drawer unit. I'd given her a drawer unit,
It's
and
okay.
I still had one of the drawers at home.
It's okay. It works. But
Had
now,
for months.
in the drawers, I have room to move around, and I have everything's a little better organized. And the yarn that I'm giving away is going to our friend Selma's school. They have a knitting program. So I was going to give some to Lynn, but they only use it for crafts, not for knitting per se. So,
Yeah.
And it's a huge bag. So I think
And I think Lynn gave them enough.
to last a lifetime, pretty much. Yeah, so that's all I have on the needles.
None of us have small stashes.
This yarn, this Brava, is so soft and squishy. I can't wait to have this cowl around my neck. It's like, and I don't know, it's just, normally Knit Picks yarn is for me, but this stuff is really, really nice. It knits up really well, and it's stretchy, squishy, and I'll probably, hopefully have enough left over to make a hat.
Is it, what's it made out of?
It's made out of, 100% premium acrylic. But it's so soft, you would not, like, it's not Red Heart. Like, it's really,
Oh yeah, because it's not the...
it doesn't have that squishy feeling to it.
Yeah, the squeaky.
Yeah, it's not the squeaky. Like, if you feel the ball,
Like that purple stuff you
feel the
had me
ball,
knitting
would
with.
you know?
Yeah, you can
You
tell
know?
that it's not...
But it's nice.
Yeah.
And I have that in this little bag that Kari got from a swap.
Yes.
It's got all doggies on it, and she made 2, one for me and one for Kari.
Yep. Ooh,
So,
shit.
that's really nice. And I also wanted to say that my Guston is in another bag that I have that's called Little Pockets. LilPocketsEtsy.com. So LILPockets.etsy.com.
And that's actually what I've been...
And is that the Little Pockets one
Yep.
too? Okay. So it's got a really nice drawstring. And it's quite big inside. Like, I've got a pretty big ball of yarn, and it still fits my sweater in there. And it's got like a coordinating
lining.
lining.
Yeah,
so
I've literally had a pair of socks and the shawl in here all week. And
yeah,
then
she
stuff.
carries that bag everywhere. And I mean, to look
I
at
love
it, you
box
wouldn't
bags.
think that you could fit my big sweater in there too, but I can. I'll probably have to change once I get to the arms, but besides that, it's good. So on the wheel, I did some spinning this week, but I started getting corkscrews again. I didn't, and it was really weird because I spun for 20 minutes. It all came out fine. A couple hours later, I go, oh, I feel like spinning again. That went quite well this morning. Corkscrews. I didn't change anything. No, I didn't adjust anything. So it's obviously what my hands were doing changed. Because if I didn't change any of the settings, it should still come out the same. So I don't think I was feeding it fast enough, you said?
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
wasn't drying out fast enough.
So, And you haven't spun, have you?
I haven't spun. I've been carding though.
Did you bring any?
No.
So this big bag of sheep
Sheep. I
that
got
Lynn
the
got
sheep.
us.
And Lynn is now on the hunt for a drum carder for me because I can't just be borrowing them and it's going to take me a while.
Yeah, because you said basically how many bats do you have and it's not even a dent.
Yeah, I've got like 6 or 7 bats.
Well, you know those Glad garbage bags that are about this big and they're white? That's what it's in.
Yeah, the fleece came in a kitchen garbage bag, and I have half of one of the massive like leaf waste garbage bags full of bats right now. So I've got probably 6 or 7 bats, like full bats in there, and I showed Lynn the bag last night 'cause she came over to my place, and it doesn't look like I've taken anything out of the bag of fiber. It's a never-ending bag of fiber.
Yeah. Well, the thing with it is it compacts, right? So as you take some, it's slowly...
Yeah, it's slowly uncompacting.
Yeah, so I think that's what it is,
But yeah, so Lynn, or anyone else actually, if you find me a cheap drum carder, let me know.
Yeah. I wanted to see the bat and squish it and call it George.
Hey, sorry?
That's okay. You can bring me one this week.
Okay.
Just so I can squish it and pet it and hug it
And call it George?
and call it George. Because you have a George.
I have a George.
So, other things, knitting in color. I'll let you explain what went on with that. There's something about the shipping, right?
Because of the change in the U.S. postal rates, they apparently really hiked the rates for outside the U.S. So what she did was anyone who had placed an order by this past Tuesday, she was going to try and get them all out by today.
Yep. And then anybody who placed an order
afterwards
would
have a higher shipping rate.
Yeah.
So a lot of, and she's going to try and get she wanted to get all of the international orders out by today, and then all of the U.S. orders will go out over the next week or so.
Yeah. So she's working really hard to get stuff out because there's a lot of people.
Yeah, there was a lot of it.
International that bought.
So she's going to, a lot of that. I know mine listed as shipped yesterday.
Okay.
So I'm assuming a lot of people's have probably shipped by this point.
Yeah, and her, when I order stuff from her, I get it pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
Fairly quick.
I've had a couple of things that I've ordered off Etsy recently, and I seem to be getting them within 10 days or so.
Like even when we go into stash enhancements, I got something within like 5 days from when it shipped. So it was shipped on a Friday, I got it this Friday that passed. But I can go to my before we do the 300 member draw, I can go to my stash enhancement.
Oh yeah.
So I have a stash enhancement. I bought myself the Harlow bag. So I'm not sure if it's going to come out very well. It's espresso color, and I absolutely love it. It's got 2 magnetic pockets in the front. It's got a slip pocket here that has 2 magnetic closures. Each side has for like water bottle. You turn it around, it's got another pocket here, and on the inside there's a zipper pocket and 2 little slot pockets. And I mean, it's huge.
It is.
I think you can quite see how huge it is. And I'm going to blame this on Dawn. Dawn from Wolf Farms, you're the one who gave me the idea to get one because I saw you review your bag and I had to have one. So thank you.
And I think part of it's probably my fault because I lent her a bag and then I broke mine. So
she broke her Namaste bag.
I broke my Namaste.
She needed her bag back. So I'll blame you and I'll thank you because I have an awesome bag now.
Yay.
So yeah, so that's stash enhancements. And yeah, I love it. Love, 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 love. You're ripping back.
Yes.
Why?
Because I'd actually knit too far on the heel flap.
Okay.
So yeah.
So now we're going to do.
Oh yeah, 200 member draw.
300 member draw.
Yes, 300. Because I can count.
And basically, what are we giving away? A set of my stitch markers.
Yep.
Okay, I just took the camera off. A set of my stitch markers, and what I'm going to do is, over today and tomorrow, I'm going to update my Etsy site because I've made a whole bunch more new stitch markers and they're not on there. And basically, actually make it 2 sets. Let's give away 2 sets.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 sets of stitch markers. So basically, you'll go onto my Etsy site. I'll put a link, or you can go onto my page on Ravelry, and you can link my shop through there. And basically, if your name is picked today, you can go on the site. Tell me which ones you want. Don't order them. I'll just send them to you directly.
Yeah.
And that way, there's nothing. It doesn't have to go through the Etsy site.
Yeah. And then I'm going to offer 2 patterns up to $4 US.
Yep. Yes, thanks for saying US because.
Yeah, we should have said that last time.
Last week we did.
Because there was a little bit of confusion on that one.
Sorry. It's okay. All right, so stitch pair.
So it's for 2 to 309.
Yeah.
And 186 gets.
187 is me, so it gets kibosh because I've left the group a few times. We're not going to go into that.
She didn't do it this time though.
Accidentally, of course. Accidentally.
Okay, so
she has it.
Actually, you can kind of see it now.
Could you see it?
I don't know if you. Yeah, you can actually read it this time. Wow. So
you can get closer if you want.
Yeah. So I'll do the generate.
And I should probably write them down.
Probably. So the first one is going to be 39.
Okay, and 39 is Well Woman, Isabel. You've won a set of stitch markers.
So PM her.
Mm-hmm.
And number 2.
number 2.
It's going to be 223.
Okay, let's go find out who number 223 is. 223 is Maya Zoe. Miazoe, who is Judy. So
223. And pattern?
Patterns now?
Well, we'll do...
Oh no, that's a pattern.
Yeah, we'll do a
Okay.
pattern.
And now a stitch marker.
Yep. So, Judy, what is it?
Maya Zoe.
Maya Zoe, PM me with what pattern you want. The next one is going to be 62.
So that's your stitch
Not
markers.
focusing.
So 62. Let's go see who 62 is. Because, I can do that. I have to get up and look, sorry. It's Crafty Lady 0729. And there's no actual full name, so.
PM her.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, for the stitch markers, you might as well wait until it's up on the shop unless you see something on there that you want now, kind of thing.
And then for the last pattern.
And for the last pattern, it is
102.
102.
102 is, so I'm looking at the computer, Macy, which is Heather.
So,
PM Kari. Well, we'll actually PM you.
yeah.
But if you watch the show, you can PM us too.
Yeah.
So that's. So there, those are our 4 winners. Yay! Happy 309.
Exactly.
So and of course, when we reach 400, we'll do it again.
Yep.
And did we want to talk about? We wanted to do a giveaway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did you want to get up and grab it?
Oh yeah. I should probably do that because prepared and all.
Yeah, we totally.
Woo! And I've got yarn everywhere.
So we're going to do a giveaway.
Excuse me.
And we are not prepared for this, so we haven't even thought about what you have to do to earn this, but this is the giveaway.
Go on their site, tell us what yarn you really like.
What's your favorite yarn?
Yep.
So this is Sweet Paprika.
And this is their Cloudy Day Collections booklet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a collection of 9 patterns?
I think it's 9. There's quite a few.
There's quite a few. I absolutely...
So
There
is it
is.
8?
No, it's 6. There's only 6.
Oh, sorry, 6 patterns. Yeah, we're still
It's 6 patterns.
So those are the 6 patterns.
These are the 6 patterns, and I absolutely adore the sweater that they have on the front cover here.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous. I so want to make that.
Yeah.
And
So
there's a pair of socks in here that I really want to make too.
they kindly donated that, a copy for us and then a copy for you guys.
Yep.
So we'll make a thread on the group, on the board, and basically I will put the website and I'll link the website and you will tell us which yarn you love the most.
Yep.
And yeah, so we'll
And
draw
what
that.
you'd like to do with it, because quite frankly, I like seeing patterns.
Yeah.
Because
Link the pattern you want to do with it, because that would be great too. And because we need more patterns in our queue. Of course. Do you want to leave this one up for 2 weeks?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do
2
it 2
weeks.
weeks. So 2 weeks from this Saturday, we will draw the name, and it'll give people plenty of time to go and look those up.
Yep.
So I'd like to thank Elizabeth, who is Sweet Paprika. Her sister does it with her, but I forget her sister's name. I don't want to get it wrong. I'm not sure if it's on here.
I think
it's Debbie. Debbie Sullivan is her sister, or Margaret. Anyways,
actually
we'll
think
thank
both of them.
we'll thank Elizabeth because she's the one that I contacted. So yeah, that's it for this week. And have a good week. Happy knitting. Bye.
Bye.